Alright, welcome to part 17 of our Unity of Command Vanilla playthrough. I thought maybe Kick Batter maybe entered my mind. Alright, our Vanilla playthrough. Heavy losses. We've taken all our main objectives. We even had we previously had taken Pegasus Bridge. They've just recently retaken it, and these I think are Canadians, just trapped in the woods. So that's not good. And yeah, the British 2nd is decimated, just really having trouble. And I've got a bad feeling about this. So if you move here, you can move into the town. You can... Really? Yeah. Alright. You can get back and move around here. Oh, they'll probably kill that guy. Sorry. Uh-oh. You can fall back, you can take there, you can... Oh dear. You'll have to fall back. Oh, we need you on the... Oh god! Redo. Alright. We need this guy to get supplies. Canadians will just have to hold. We'll have to hope that the bad weather holds in Caen so that they can't retake it. It is a heavy counterattack the Germans have launched. And it has been very successful. Well, I guess you can't say it's been successful. They have not taken back anything. But it's been very... Well, except for Pegasus Bridge. So it has been partially successful. And we're just holding on, trying to hold on. Ooh. Could use the elite replacements. We can only use it once. I guess now or never. We're gonna use it. Alright. Let's get more Canadians for the Canadians. More infantry for the infantry. More... Ooh, Firefly. Whoops. Didn't mean to give that to you, but sure. I hope you don't get wiped out. That's an expensive piece of machinery I accidentally just gave you. Alright, let's get those up to fighting strength. Just get everyone. Cromwell. Okay, let's see. Alright. Jeez, what is... Wow. Hobart's Funnies. I think those are good for, like, punching through things, if I remember historically correct or whatever. We could use artillery. You unintentionally just really made the 51st British Infantry a really powerful unit, if they can survive. Alright, so no one needs reinforcements on the US side for US, that's good. You do, though, for that. Excellent. Much more stuff. Let's see. Shermans. Who needs a Sherman? You get a Sherman, and you get a Sherman, and you get a Sherman. You can too. Alright, good. So our lead elements will all have Shermans. What's a DD Sherman? I don't know, but it's better apparently. Alright, who needs artillery? No one. M10 to help fight other tanks. Alright, so there we go. We've spent, oh god, like 500 prestige or something. We are ready. We are ripped. Let's hold the front lines. Yeah. Oh, there's your problem. Alright, so they cut our supplies to Caen and wiped out that entire unit. Oh, and they're gonna wipe out that unit too. Ah, man. Alright. Touché. Objectives complete. Oh, thank God. Just end the pain now. You are victorious. All primary objectives have been completed, and there are no more bonus objectives left. You can end the scenario now. Yes, please. Dear God. A second front. Scenario completed. A second front according to plan. Alright, well, our supply will be increased by 10%, or it was increased by 10%. So the enemies did take heavy losses. 22 KIA enemy forces. 30 prisoners, so even in that whole maelstrom of taking not a lot of territory, we did well. But our losses were heavier than the enemies. 16 steps were destroyed. Apparently no Canadians were lost. Huh. Oh, maybe because they're still just chilling in the woods. Alright. 13 American steps, 27 British. That is understandable. The British were just 20% casualty rate for the British. That center, just once the Axis found their in line, that's when the killing started. So we were pretty quickly able to secure most of our objectives, but the counterattacks from the Germans were just too brutal. Congratulations. Well. Alright, this will be the Battle of Bocage. The Allied invasion of mainland Europe was preceded by months of meticulous planning, but no plan survives first contact with the enemy. Overlooked was the quote-unquote Bocage, narrow country lanes bordered with mazes of thick and deep-rooted hedgerows. This terrain makes for a defender's paradise and an attacker's nightmare. Even so, German divisions are slowly being bled dry, while more and more fresh Allied units join the fight. Taking these objectives will improve your starting situation in the following scenario. Break out! Alright. Jeez. Let's do it again. 6 turns we've got. Brutal. Battle of the Bocage. Schaeff Dispatch. Your successful landings and consequent capture of Cherbourg was an outstanding feat of arms. However, our attempts at a swift breakthrough have floundered. Supply difficulties, coupled with the unique Norman hedgerows and fanatical enemy resistance, have brought our armies to a standstill. It falls to you to break the stalemate. Choose your avenues of attack carefully. Utilize the limited availability of our heavy bomber fleet wisely. Alright, so it looks like sort of basically it's where we were in the west, essentially. Like, they pushed us back two hexes. Here they've sort of put, I mean, it makes sense they'd be able to reinforce the center. There are so many of them! The Villers Bocage. That's where they were pushing us through. Alright, they've retaken the airfield. We do still hold Caen. And elements of the 6th British Airborne have reformalized to take the Pegasus Bridge again. So this is basically where it's like if everyone was like, time out, let's just let's think this through. Let's get our units reorganized, and then let's time in. Let's go back at it. So the Germans have dug in heavily. Oh man. Alright, same map, yep. So if we break out, that's where we break out. Otherwise, we have 2 objectives. Coutances and the Carpetet airfield. Alright, let's look at the British. You've got some Canadian infantry. UK infantry. More. Oh yeah, tons more. Okay, so we've got lots of infantry there. Now, who's actually under the command of the 2nd Army? Because we now have the Canadian 1st Army, ready to rumble, ready to party. And it looks like we can still purchase. Never mind. That's just because we're at the whatever beginning phase. All right, so British 2nd Army, who've been just really having trouble. We're going to be holding the center. We've got the British Guards Armored, the 7th British. What happened to our fun pals if they joined that side? 11. They're part of the Canadians. Alright, we have the 49th British Infantry, 50th British Infantry, 43rd British Infantry, and 53rd British Infantry. Oh, also 15th. They exist too. Their goal is to hold the center and push back the enemy around Villers. Oh god. Alright, the Canadian 1st Army has a clear objective to take and hold things. Let's see. Alright, looks like that's all good. Let's then we reinforce our British units. Anyone? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but okay, sure. You guys can have some engineers. Jeez. Alright, UK armored? Nope. Alright, alright. Let's see. Yeah, to be a true fighting frontline unit, you do need some more stuff. Let's see, let's give you... You guys basically are commandos, so you don't need commandos, but engineers I've found to just be really good. Engineers and artillery is what you need. So good luck holding that bridge. Do we know how to dig in? We don't. Darn it. I know it's not World War I, but by golly, some of those techniques would help us. Now, we will have more reinforcements coming throughout the scenario. But, jeez. Yeah. Luckily, it looks like we have some air firepower that we can bring to bear. So the main objective starting out will be to take Carpiquet Airfield. Again, retake it. They did take it back last turn, so that's our last scenario. That's understandable. Just hold St. Lo, hold in the west. Let's look at the U.S. So the U.S. First Armored is it's a whole fighting force. All right, everyone's up to snuff there. What about our armored units? Good, good. Does everyone have artillery? Who's infantry? You don't. So let's give them that. Is that the oh, yep, yep. All right. Where's the 101st? All right. So we have the 1st U.S. Infantry, 2nd, 29th, 30th, 83rd, 90th, 4th, 82nd Airborne, 79th, and 9th Divisions. So I guess the 101st has been called away somewhere else. Or will show up again? Nope. Alright. Well. Okay. Let's... Let's get going. Let's do this. It's gonna be difficult. But we'll try. Oh yeah, that's right. We can't even... Okay, so they're dug in there. That's good. A lot of our units are dug in around Caen, which is nice, because I want them to be dug in there. So let's use our saturation strike. Alright, unfortunately it only hurt the target we were targeting, even though I was kind of indirectly targeting the other targets. Whoa. Alright, so this is gonna be... It's gonna be a fight. It's a fight the Canadians are ready for. What? Yeah. Okay. Alright, the 3rd Canadian Division has successfully taken the airfield on turn 1. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can leave it to the Canadians. Now, meanwhile, in the west, just going to be a matter of slowly but surely hammering away at the enemy. Now, what are our supplies are looking all right. Let's see. Can we not improve supply at all? Hopefully with time, like later scenarios. That's cool. Ah. All right. I wish sometimes you'd get more supply in like en route units. It'd be like in route supply. At this point, you just get more supply. But alas. Well, we don't. It looks like we can start to break through in the center here. Excellent. We can keep the pressure on our second objective, which now is our primary objective. Good, yeah. So it'll be the American first. It'll be their job to just take Coutances. I'm butchering that. Now the British, so the Canadians, you just have to hold Caen. That is your life. That's your job. So anyone? Oh, unlucky enough, yeah. Yeah, if we could open up this side of the... Oh, well, that was our last bombardment. Well, I think it was very successful. Because, yeah, if we can push out further than Caen just a little bit by the Canadians, that would be great. Darn. Darn. It's these poor paratroopers. Alright, let's get down to business. So, no retreat order for the 51st British Infantry. You will hold Caen, even if in a lot of pain. Ooh. Alright, that's 7th British Armored. What do they're comprised of? They're an elite unit. They've got a Churchill Engineers and a M7 Priest. Just wondering if there's some sort of magic secret thing that's making them so powerful. Alright. Good. Oh, good. So we pushed forward there. Yeah, it's going to be heavy fighting. I think we'll take our main objectives. I don't think we're going to break out. I think there's too many enemy units. And they will throw themselves. They will throw themselves at us. Until only our existence is pain. Like, I am not willing to throw our people at the enemy like waves. The AI is, and it works. The Canadians are holding that side pretty well. Just all about holding Caen and pushing out from that pocket. The British 2nd, in conjunction with the American... Ooh. Alright, we've breached. Breaching. Oh, man. Do you just not have anything on you? No, you don't. Well, no wonder. Alright, good. So yeah, this is trench warfare. Over the top, lads, over the top. Just try to keep moving things forwards. So it'll be the Canadians holding Caen and the airfield. The British focused on taking Villers. And the Americans sort of just holding from that edge of the line all the way to the west, slowly pushing forwards. And we're only going to start getting more... we're going to have supply problems, so... Oh, we already are. Oh my god. Alright, let's definitely start moving our supply lines up. Alright, good. That's what I've learned. It's actually better to keep your supplies moving so that you have overlapping supplies. So you have like frontline supplies that then become the backline supplies. Then you can get the old reserve supplies, move them up to the front lines, and just have the slowly moving forwards line of supplies. It's tough. Yeah. Jeez. It's gonna be heavy fighting over here. Alright, let's look at the enemy supplies. They are perfectly supplied. Basically. Except for a little pocket right there. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know, pain. If they can continue to launch counterattacks against us. So double check, everyone's... Oh, you're out of... Oh my god. Way up. Okay. I think that means we can pull you out now. No, because you... Oh my god. Okay, but what are you? You? Good. Alright. Alright. So a lot of supply depots. This is not good. Alright. Brace for impact. Here it comes. Here it comes. No retreat. Oh. So everything they've got, they are throwing everything at Caen. We'll have to... even if we hold, we'll have to cycle people through. No, I don't know if they're gonna hold. Hold on! Hold! Nope. Alright, so Caen has fallen. Oh gosh, they're breaking through the center like last time. Jeez. Alright, so this is a continuation of where we were last scenario because we're falling back. Now luckily we do have 6 turns, 7 if you count the current turn we're on, to take back Khan. But the enemy has captured Khan and we're already getting major supply problems. Oh dear. Oh dearie dear. So I think our breaches are going to have to come from the right. Yeah. At least we have enough men to cover the whole line. Oh, nice. Alright, do we have enough troops to help out over here? Technically. So the British pushing on the right to start to isolate Khan. Very different strategy from what we had last time. Looks like our pontoon bridge didn't carry over. It's because it's technically a different scenario. Like, it's not a full... all the units that... like, some things carry over from scenario to scenario, but it's not actually the units, for the most part. I mean, the units will be there, and I think it carries over the experience and all that stuff, but, like, yeah, it's not a perfect one-to-one transition. Which is too bad, because that'd be cool. Alright, we have the 35th U.S. Infantry, and the 8th U.S. Infantry. Good. Well, that's where the enemy's faltering, and it's where the enemy is mainly fleshy. They don't have these crazy, heavy armored, elite Panzer units. Alright, so we're gonna isolate Khan. Let's get there we go. Different viewpoint. This side, and the sunny side. Alright. So on the western front, we'll continue to just wear away at the enemy. That's where our breakout will have to come from. And it's working. Ugh. The enemy is taking losses, and so are we. But they're taking more losses than we are. Alright, can anyone get across that? Not this, not from a Jedi. Oh, you can. Good. Alright, that's good. Jeez. So we are making progress in the west. That could be good. This is good. Oh man, it's so intricate. Like most scenarios, we've been not all the way back here, but like just kind of up here, moving things around. It's been definitely a war of movement for even the scenarios like Italy. It got bogged down for about 3 scenarios, but even then we were still keeping the momentum on. And now here we are. Alright, so both these units are now weak, which is a problem. But they'll be repaired. I think it's because the U.S. Armored Command units can only have up to 4, where other armored units can have, I guess, up to 6. Wow, yeah. Wow. And of course, oh, the city's in ruins, and we just took it. That's right, we can hold it. We can hold it. We got a Churchill that's been added. Alright, let's, can we add it to you? Ooh. I imagine you get the Churchill, yeah. Yep. Alright, let's add it to this unit that should be strong. Oh, to the, where are you? Yeah, 43rd. You're gonna need it. We have no Canadians to give these Canadians to. It's too bad. Alright, so we have taken Villar's Bocage. Good. So we got a step. A specialist, I mean. Step specialist. Should be able to push across there. Good, excellent. Alright, so we are making progress. It is slow. It is painful. It is advancing on the enemy. Jeez. Ouch. I don't think we'll have supplies across that river. So I'll have to take it the old-fashioned way. Yeah. Jeez. Alright, so we have supply issues in the east. Hopefully won't compound, but I'm not holding my breath. Meanwhile, in the west, let's move the supplies up to here. I think we should be able to pull this one back. Good, yep. Alright, so we'll always have one supply truck ready to kind of help out a little bit. We have more. Alright, we'll have... It looks like more US troops are coming in. I guess they don't expect the Canadians and British to be having a tough time. But we're having a tough time. Please fall back. No! Alright, that's okay. So... we've doubled up our lines here. This person doesn't actually need to be here. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Eventually want to get him across this river. Oh man, moved right where you need to go. Actually, there we go. You fall back across the bridge. You cross. Hit them. There we go. All right, that's the 11th. Good. So even with shoddy supplies, we are keeping the pressure on him as we try to retake Caen. We do have air cover. Now, historically, Caen was horrible to take, and here it's in a really good position. It's kind of like Casino, in that it can't even be attacked from one side of the hex, and that the other two of the other sides are bridges on a river. So that's where we'll be focused, though. So our air power for now will be focused mainly because the Americans have the overwhelming numbers and positioning to slowly but surely just punch along this area. And they've got the long front, they've got everything they need. Basically, hopefully, maybe. Let's see. Bombard them! And they haven't had any supply issues yet. So that's good. And yeah, the Germans are just throwing everything over at us here. Luckily, oh man, I was about to say, well, luckily they're not getting any more reinforcements. They are, but it's... Alright, brace for impact once again. Jeez. Ugh. They really want to take back these positions. They're doing a good job. Alright, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, are we going to be able to hold, though? They're holding brilliantly. Jeez, the AI is willing to bleed for St. Lo. Alright, so we have lost... Usually in these scenarios, we're chipping away at the enemy and taking objectives. This time, the enemy's chipping away at us and taking objectives. So we've lost 2 objectives. Ah, man. I guess we've taken the airfield. We've lost Caen and lost St. Lo. Jeez. And that's goofy. I thought the game was designed where the AI couldn't attack you, because I think I haven't seen the battle. I haven't played the Battle of the Bulge scenario yet, but I watched the Historical Gamer play it, and took place like after the main German offensive, and now you're just doing the follow-up U.S. counteroffensive, or Allied counteroffensive. So that's, I didn't realize the AI could actually like launch a real offensive. They've been launching a very successful offensive against us, and the result has been no less than devastating. So now we'll be targeting St. Lo because that one expires first. And we need to hold it, take it back. Jeez, now I'm almost tempted to actually have our units take hits and stuff. I don't know. It's working for the AI, having their units take casualties. Alright, we could spread the British second out and try and have them take more of the central area. So that's what we're going to do. Good. We will now launch a new counteroffensive in the center to drive back the Germans who have pushed up. So I guess like an odd French-Canadian accent for no reason. Here we thought we'd use all our resources to try and take back Caen. Let's not have, jeez, this area open up again. Ay caramba. Alright, once again our supply lines are in a fragile state. Actually, no. We can pull that back. We've got a lot of small supply depots instead of a few concentrated ones. It's just the terrain. The terrain is just so horrible. Why did... I guess it makes sense, like, if you can't land at Calais, land at Normandy. But, my god. How did this even work? How did they even succeed? Oof. Alright, let's... just start surrounding the enemy. Jeez, heavy losses. Now, wherever we can do the most damage, that's what we'll do. Alright, so we've cut the supplies of this. Oh my god, no, but they're still getting supplies. So that's the thing. They're just, the enemy is so well supplied that at every stage it just doesn't even matter. There we go. Alright, we'll take Lessay. Saturation strike? Heck yes, we're gonna get that immediately. Alright, and we're definitely calling it in right here. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Perfect strike. Alright. Meanwhile, in St. Lo, we should be able to break around them. Ah, yes. Good. Alright, so that'll make them sad. Let's see. Do we have any... Not yet. Darn it. I'm worried about the 29th. They could crumble. I don't have anyone to bring up. Oh, we do. Can we get you a carpool? Or anyone who can get there sooner? Alright, we're going to send in the 90th. They're not in the best shape either. But they're in better shape. Oh, that's a supply point. Oh. Jeez. Like, don't worry, guys. I'm getting you to the front. Also, don't die. Please, don't retreat. Alright, we're going to have to hit St. Lo. Oh, that one's bad. Jeez. Alright, so they're weak. Hopefully they won't try to attack and take out that supply truck. Can we call it back? We can if we want everyone to die there. All right. Okay. But we are wearing out the enemy. Like, it has been at a heavy cost that German forces have pushed us back at all. And I believe we continue to eliminate their pockets, wear them down. And move our units up. There we go. Alright, so heavy fighting in the hedgerows. Fanatical defense, definitely. We are continuing to push forwards in the west. Oh, and we've gone a little bit, I guess, over the time that we've usually done, so we'll pick it up in the next episode. Alright, next part.